You mentioned the years between titles for quarterbacks. Yeah. What is it like to be a part of the heartbeat of college football, which is this campus and this town, and to be a national championship winning quarterback on game day? No matter when you want it, take us inside. I'll never experience that. Yeah. What is that like for you on a weekly basis?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, it is amazing. And I always tell people I could never give back to Alabama what it gave to me as far as, playing there, getting a scholarship. It was a dream of a kid that grew up in Birmingham. 5 years old, started playing football, tackle football. Lars asked me yesterday, he's like, did you play flag or tackle? I'm like, we didn't even have flag football back that long ago. But so having the dream, I wanted to play for Coach OBrien. I felt like I got the next best thing in Gene Stallings. He had the same mannerisms, kind of the same talk. We always talk about how that 92 team with the 60s and 70s teams, we all talk a lot alike because the coaches that coached us either played or coached with Coach OBrien. So a lot of the same lingo, a lot of the same motivational type things and stuff. But when I come here, a lot of times, I try not to get recognized at times. With kids, especially when they were younger, we would move through crowds and try to just have a normal, go to the game and have fun. But Alabama fans, they're hard not to talk to because they're so nice. They're so cordial. It's great that they still recognize you, that they still maybe want a picture or want an autograph. To me, I'm thankful and grateful for that. Very blessed to be able to experience that.
So as an Alabama quarterback, when you look at Bryce Young, right, everybody's talking about the Heisman Trophy with Bryce Young and Matt Corral. We have them both on stage today. What do you see in Bryce's game that you like and that he can build on?
Everything, pretty much. Gosh, the kid is so talented, and he just has such a calm about him. Probably the one thing that stands out to me the most is how he can move around the pocket. Somebody said the other day, it's like he gets to a dog fence, and he feels it, and he kind of stays down the line, keeps his eyes down the field, and can make the throw, and he can make it off balance. And he can make it accurately. He can put a touch on it if he needs to, change the speed of the ball, different arm angles. But I think the biggest thing, because my son being with him every day in the quarterback room and in the locker room, is that he is just a great guy. The team, they love him. And so you got a great quarterback that's beloved by the team and him, and then Henry To'o, same way the Mike linebacker is so loved in the locker room, and a guy that just came in from Tennessee that didn't take on this aura that here I am, this great player, I'm transferring in. He really won the team over time, and Bryce did the same thing last year and even this year. But he's got everything from speed, talent. The only thing he lacks is a little bit of size. I actually came in after Doug Flutie in the CFL, got to know Doug very well. When he was playing in Buffalo, he'd come up and we'd spend time together talking about the offense we were running in Toronto. And he reminds me a lot of Doug. His ability to find those open spots. Quarterbacks, you really can't throw over linemen because none of us are 6'7", 6'8", 300 pounds. You got to find the lanes. And he does a great job moving in the pocket, finding the lanes, and really quick decisions in making those decisions where he's not making mistakes. He's had the one interception. That's it, with 15 touchdowns. So right now, very impressed with how he's played.
What's been the focus on his game, or at least the talk of his game since the Florida matchup?
As far as what do you mean focus-wise?
Improvements.
Well, I think the biggest thing is for him, I don't know. He's got, he throws the ball over the top. He's able to do things that, a lot of quarterbacks can't do in college. I think the biggest thing is he just continues to progress and learn and really trust the receivers downfield, using Cameron Latu and now Jaleel Billingsley really kind of get more engaged. I think that's going to be a lot of the game plan today to some degree. If you get to, because they run that 3 kind of drop 8, more of that Iowa State Big 12 style defense. And I think Alabama can line up and should be able to run the football against them today.
Jill's right. The talk is the quarterbacks, but it's really about Corral in this game. Bryce Young can have the coming out party, so to speak, nationally, where all the writers, all the media, all the voters are talking about him as the Heisman favorite after today. That's right there on the table for him.
It is, and both quarterbacks are phenomenal. Matt Corral, just his progression last year, which I still think, I don't know whether or not he can still be rattled. I thought he got rattled a little bit last year, late in the year. Had the Arkansas game where he threw like 6 interceptions, and then another game where he had a number of interceptions. He's tried to clean that up, and he has. He's got 14 touchdowns, no interceptions, and so he's done really well through week 5. But Bryce has a really good opportunity today. I don't think he takes it on as that I've got to go out and do something. He needs to just play within himself, play within the system, use the talent around him, and if he does that and sticks to the game plan, Bill O'Brien's done a really good job, I think, of calling plays and really keeping him steady throughout the game, and he just doesn't seem to get get flustered at all by the attention.
I'm so glad you brought up OBrien, because this is a guy who, offensive coordinator in New England, head coach at Penn State, head coach of the Houston Texans, and is willing to come back in college to be an assistant. What is it about the rehab facility that is here in Birmingham, here in Tuscaloosa, and right here in the heart of Alabama with Saban, that everyone comes here and knows that it's a launching point to the next big thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a doctorate, right? I mean, you come in,
the number of coaching turnover here is insane.
It's unbelievable.
For their level of play.
The turnover of coaches, the turnover of players that had the NFL so early, and they still have the success they've had. Coaching-wise, like with Bill and others that have come in, some have been a rehab of off-the-field stuff. Some have been a rehab of just getting back into the coaching and getting that respect back, and kind of having this that I coach for Coach Saban. I learned the process. Now, that doesn't always, because he's 23-0 against his assistants. So one thing to know it, another thing to know how to run it or how to execute it. So Coach Saban still has that kind of secret sauce. But Bill OBrien, talking to Braxton, my son, and some of the other guys on the team, one thing that they like about him is that he's real personable. Like, he coaches them individually, where normally you get into a room and the coach kind of coaches up the position, and it's more a group than it is individuals. And he really cares about them as people. Not to say Sark didn't. It's just a different way of doing things, a different personality. And Braxton was really surprised by that, because he thought, here's a guy that's coming in, a head coach in the pros. Is he going to have this big ego? Is he going to be this? And it's the complete opposite. And he's loved Bill OBrien. He's learned so much from him, from really schematics more than just the fundamentals of playing the position, but how to attack defenses, certain ways of getting to things. Sark did it one way. Bill does it more of in that pro level, give the quarterbacks more ability at the line of scrimmage to make decisions. And and Bill even told me and others, this is the most probably cerebral or maybe the smartest quarterback room he's ever been in, including pros. Now, I don't know if he said that just to make everybody feel good, but I know the guys in there. I know that they know the game very, very well, and have enjoyed having him as a coach so far.